Welcome to the Walking Dread podcast. We've got, well, you guys have really outdone yourselves this time, haven't you? Some seriously creepy stories.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. So we're going to dive into a couple of them today that really, get you thinking about everyday objects. You know those things we take for granted?
Right.
Like a painting hanging on a wall
Mm-hmm.
or a mirror.
Yeah.
And how these ordinary things can, well, become something else entirely.
Something a lot less ordinary.
Yeah, a lot less ordinary. And a lot more, well, terrifying, right? You sent us stories about a cursed painting and a mirror that, well, let's just say it shows a lot more than just your reflection. And we've gone through them, tried to figure out what makes them so unsettling.
It's a challenge, but somebody's got to do it.
Yeah, it's a tough job.
Yeah.
So let's get into it, shall we? Let's
Yeah.
question those seemingly still objects and the stories they might be whispering to us.
Because sometimes the quietest things are the ones with the most to say.
Ooh, I like that. Okay, let's jump right into this first one. Soul in the canvas. We've got Dr. Ward, a gallery curator, and like most people in her field, she initially dismissed the rumors surrounding this, how did you put it, the whispering portrait.
Yeah, the whispering portrait. You know, in her world, art and hype go hand in hand.
Right, of course.
So her first thought is always going to be, oh, it's just marketing.
Yeah, got to sell those paintings right.
Exactly. But even with her, let's call it professional skepticism, she just couldn't shake this feeling of unease around this particular piece.
You mentioned something really interesting in your notes about the brushstrokes. You described them as having this hungry quality.
Yeah, hungry. It's like, you know, when you look at something and it's not just what you see, it's like you can almost feel it, you know, like there's this energy coming off of it. And in this case, it wasn't a good energy. It was like the painting itself was, I don't know, trying to consume something.
Well, that's intense.
It is. And that's the thing about these kinds of experiences. You try to rationalize it, but there's this part of you deep down that just knows something is wrong.
Yeah, like that gut feeling you just can't ignore. So it starts subtly, right? A whispered name during the opening. Then Dr. Ward starts hearing these bits of, well, let's just say not so nice gossip when she's alone with the portrait.
Classic ghost story stuff.
Totally. And she tries to brush it off. Stress, bad acoustics, anything but the obvious, right?
Right.
But then someone, a patron at the gallery, claims they actually saw the portrait change while they were looking at it.
That's when things go from spooky to seriously concerning.
Right. Because up until then, it's all subjective, right? It's just her experience.
Exactly.
But when someone else reports something similar, something that suggests the painting is, acting on its own.
That's when you have to start questioning everything.
Exactly.
Okay.
So this is where it gets really interesting, really creepy. Dr. Ward stumbles upon the artist's journal, and it's not filled with, artistic musings or sketches. It's filled with this raw, negative emotion.
Oh, yeah.
Rage, jealousy. It's like looking into the darkest corners of his mind.
And then, boom, the confession. A confession to murder. And that whispered name Dr. Ward keeps hearing. It's connected to this unsolved society scandal.
The vanished socialite, the artist's scorned lover.
It's like the painting is a window into this dark, twisted history, and those whispers, they're not random. They're echoes of real pain, real tragedy.
Okay, so here's where Dr. Ward takes a very drastic turn, right? Instead of going to the police with this journal and these increasingly disturbing events.
Which, let's be honest, who would believe her?
Right. Oh, hello, officer. I had this haunted painting that whispers and changes. Oh, and I found the artist's murder confession in his journal. Yeah, that would go over well.
Not so much.
And so instead, she decides to destroy the painting. Just get rid of it. It's such a primal, visceral reaction.
Desperation, pure and simple. She's beyond logic at this point.
She just needs this thing gone. But, the way you describe the destruction of the painting, it's just as horrifying as everything leading up to it.
Oh, yeah.
It didn't just burn quietly.
No.
You said it was almost like the painting was screaming as the flames consumed it.
Screaming with these amplified whispers, like a chorus of tormented voices.
Chilling.
It's like whatever energy, whatever evil was trapped in that painting, it didn't die with the canvas. It was released.
Ugh, I'm getting goosebumps just thinking about it.
Yeah.
And that's not even the worst part.
Yeah.
What happens to Dr. Ward after?
Yeah.
It's like the haunting becomes personal.
Oh, it gets very personal.
Her reflection in the hallway mirror, gone.
Gone.
Replaced by the face of the vanished socialite.
Yeah.
And the ashes of the painting, they form this spectral figure.
Right there in her living room.
It's just, I can't even imagine the violation.
It's a complete invasion, not just of her space, but of her sense of self.
It's like the spirits, the victims, they're focused on her now.
At least she's become the target.
And here's the awful realization. Those whispers, they weren't coming from the artist, tormented by his guilt. They were coming from the victims.
Their voice is trapped in that canvas.
The canvas wasn't their prison.
No.
It was their only way to cry out. And by destroying it, Dr. Ward, she didn't free them, she became their new anchor. It's the opposite of what she intended.
A classic case of good intentions gone horribly wrong.
Right. Like, what does that even tell us about trying to fight this kind of evil, this kind of energy?
It tells us it's complicated, it's messy, and sometimes our actions, even with the best of intentions, can have consequences we never could have imagined.
So now whispers follow her everywhere. People around her, they feel this unease.
They can sense it, but they don't know why.
Right. And Dr. Ward, she can't even look in a mirror.
Because every reflection is a reminder of what she's done, of what she's unleashed. It's like she's lost a part of herself.
You mentioned in your notes that she tries to find the descendants of the victims to apologize, to try to somehow make amends.
A very human reaction. She's looking for a way to fix what she's broken.
But it's too late. Right.
The whispers are part of her now. She's become the custodian of this curse, even though she's not the one who created it.
It's tragically ironic, isn't it? Her attempt to destroy evil just made it that much stronger, that much more personal.
And the lasting image, that chilling image of her own reflection, completely replaced by the faces of the victims. It's a reminder that sometimes even trying to do the right thing can have horrifying, irreversible consequences.
Let's move on to our second story, Warped Mirror. This one centers around an old house, a very specific mirror on the 3rd floor.
And of course, a warning.
Right, there's always a warning. Old Mrs. Bennett, the housekeeper, I think, she told everyone about this mirror, said it showed things that ain't there. The adults, of course, they dismissed it as an old woman's ramblings. But the children, especially a young girl named Sarah, well, they saw something in that mirror. A fleeting image of a girl in a pink dress, just standing there in the reflection.
That's such a classic horror trope, isn't it? The children seeing what the adults refuse to.
Right, like their innocence, their lack of, I don't know, jadedness makes them more receptive to the supernatural.
Exactly. And that detail of the pink dress, it adds this layer of, I don't know, innocence almost. It makes the whole thing that much creepier when things start to go south.
So naturally, instead of staying far, far away from this creepy mirror, Sarah and her friends, they decide to investigate.
Classic kid move.
Right. It's like danger. What
Yeah.
danger? So one rainy afternoon, they sneak up to the shadowed 3rd floor and they find the mirror.
And it's not reflecting their own images.
No, it's showing an identical hallway. Right. But at first it's empty. And then the flickering starts.
Oh, the flickering. That never means anything good.
Never. So the girl in the pink dress, she reappears.
But she's not alone this time.
No. Now there's this man with these bloodshot eyes and a woman just sobbing uncontrollably.
All trapped in this silent, horrifying tableau.
So what does that even mean? Seeing this other hallway in the mirror.
It's like a glimpse into another reality, a parallel world that exists alongside our own, but is somehow out of sync.
Like a distorted reflection of our world.
Exactly. And the fact that the figures are flickering, it's like they're not fully formed, not fully present in this mirrored world.
Trapped between realities?
Maybe. Or maybe reliving some past trauma over and over again.
Now, Sarah, she's, I don't know, compelled, fascinated, and she reaches out and touches the glass.
Big mistake.
Right. And you said it wasn't cold, but it felt thin.
Unnaturally thin.
Like the barrier between worlds was almost paper thin.
Right.
And then
It's
she
hot.
pushes her finger right through. Yeah. On the other side, in that mirrored hallway, the figures, they freeze and turn towards her hand.
They know she's there.
They see her.
Yeah.
And that's when things really shift, right?
Oh, yeah. That moment of physical contact, that's a game changer. It's like she's opened a door that can't be closed.
She's crossed a line. And, well, Sarah, being Sarah, she doesn't hesitate. She steps through the mirror.
Into the unknown.
And the room on the other side, it looks exactly like the hallway she saw reflected.
Yeah.
But when she turns back to the mirror, the figures are clearer now. And their eyes, you said they were filled with this desperate, pleading horror.
It's like they see her as either their savior or their doom.
And that's when her friends finally realize how dangerous this is, and they try to pull her back.
Too late.
You described the mirror rippling violently, like the fabric of reality was being stretched and torn. And the figures, They're reaching for her with these icy grips.
Like they're trying to drag her into their world.
Eventually, the struggle ends. The mirror goes still. And to her friends, Sarah's reflection looks normal.
But she's not.
No, she's changed. Every mirror she looks into now shows her normal reflection, but there's also this spectral woman right behind her, sobbing, always sobbing.
She's been split. A part of her is trapped in that mirrored world, forever connected to those spectral figures.
So it's not a haunting exactly. It's like she exists in two places at once.
A piece of her soul is tethered to that other reality.
You even mentioned that she sees echoes of their movements in her own surroundings, like a silent, disturbing pantomime.
The two realities are bleeding into one another.
And there's nothing she can do about it. You said she tried to go back through the mirror, but it was just a normal mirror again?
The door has closed.
And she realizes that the house wasn't just haunted, it was a prison. And she, with her innocent curiosity, she unlocked the cell door.
She freed the inmates, but at a terrible cost.
The cost of her own soul.
It's a cautionary tale, a reminder that some things are hidden for a reason.
Right. Curiosity can be a dangerous, dangerous thing.
Especially when it leads us to places we were never meant to go.
So now, Sarah doesn't see her own reflection anymore.
Only the face of the weeping woman superimposed over hers.
A constant reminder of the price she paid. But you said she's not giving up.
No.
She's not trying to escape anymore. She's trying to help those trapped figures, trying to bring them peace.
She's become a guardian in a way, a protector of the lost souls.
A ghost walker.
Exactly. Walking between worlds, fighting for a peace she shattered.
And every step she takes in our world, her spectral self takes the same step in that other reality.
Forever bound.
Sarah's fate is a chilling reminder of what can happen when we unknowingly tamper with forces beyond our understanding.
A reminder that even the most innocent actions can have devastating consequences.
So, there you have it, folks. Two unsettling tales of everyday objects becoming conduits to something else. What do you make of these stories? Do you believe that objects can hold such dark energy? Think about it. What would you have done in Dr. Ward's situation? What about Sarah's? Let us know your thoughts. Join the conversation online. And of course, don't forget to rate and follow the Walking Dread podcast for more explorations into the chilling and unknown.